But there's clearly a layup here, which is this. These anti-ICE demonstrators have given the Republican side a great gift, which is the aesthetics and the visuals of the protest. I'm sure you all saw the picture. It is Hispanics with no legal standing in the country. They're illegal immigrants, riding dirt bikes around burning cars, burning buildings, tear gas, waving the Mexican flag. This is radicalizing white people. It's radicalizing the Republican side, but in particular, white people. Because white people are looking at this and saying, wait a second, you're here illegally. Allegedly, you escaped Mexico to come here. We're supposed to believe this is a nation of immigrants, land of opportunity, came here in search of a better life. Now you're violently protesting being deported back to Mexico, and yet you're waving a Mexican flag. So something's not adding up here. There's a contradiction. You're so proud of being Mexican, but you're literally fighting tooth and nail not to be sent back to Mexico. You're, in a way, begging and pleading to stay in America, yet you're not waving our flag, you're waving their flag. And implicitly, we all understand what that means. What this means is they're not proud of being of Mexico, from Mexico. They think they're in Mexico. They're not waving that flag as the flag of the national government of Mexico. They fled that. They fled Mexico because they ruined Mexico. Mexico's a shithole. And it's not a shithole because of America. It's a shithole because of Mexicans. And you know that because everything south of America's border is a shithole. Brazil, Mexico, Nicaragua, Colombia, all of it. The only place that isn't a dump is El Salvador, and that's because it's a dictatorship with thousands of people in prison. So they ruined Mexico. They came here because white people live here. White people built this place. That's why it works. They came here to ruin this country. Maybe that wasn't the intention, but that is the effect. And now that we're threatening to return them back to Mexico, they're waving the Mexican flag, which is to say, this is Mexican territory now. Mexicans come here, Hispanics come here. This is a free-for-all. This is not the United States. We don't care about that. These Mexicans, they don't care about the U.S. Constitution. They don't care about George Washington. They don't speak English. They don't want to speak English. They don't care about our laws. They don't care about our institutions. They care about our stuff. They want to live here because it's nicer than Mexico. It's richer than Mexico. We have more stuff. This is a country where we give free food. We give free housing, free money. That's what this is about. That's why they're waving the Mexican flag. And people are starting to wake up and realize that. And they're starting to realize we're being held hostage by these people in our own country. Black people commit crimes. We live in fear. We live in terror. We live in a state of constant terror and fear because they are violent and lawless. If you try to enforce the law against them with the police, they say you're racist and they riot and they burn the city down. So you better not enforce the laws against them. Mexicans and Central Americans come to the United States and they have this narrative. We're fleeing persecution, we're fleeing oppression, we're fleeing war, and we're refugees. If we try to enforce the law against them, if we try to remove them, we're Nazis, it's Hitler. They riot and they burn the city down. So you better not enforce the law against them. This is not immigration. This is an invasion. This is a hostile invasion. And it is, by the way, racial. It's always racial. They hate America, not for ideological reasons, for racial reasons. Black people hate America because they think that it's a bunch of white supremacist crackers and honkies that enslaved their ancestors and brought them here on boats against their will. And the police are the Klan. And a business owner is the Klan. And any white person with money stole it from a black person, stole it from the cotton-picking slaves. And the Hispanics hate America for the same reason. Hispanics think that we took Mexico, we're colonizers, we're white racists, Trump is a Nazi going door to door because they're brown. That's why they don't know anything about America. It's not like this is Hamilton versus Jefferson. This isn't the Federalist Papers. This isn't the Great Debate. This isn't the Lincoln and Douglas debates. They hate America because it's white. And they're holding America hostage. At once, they hate America. They hate